So hello everyone, this is Sudeshna Jha and today I'll be speaking about bonds, what bonds actually are, the various types of bonds, the advantages and disadvantages of bonds and basically everything that you need to know about bonds. So starting with what is a bond? So bonds are units of corporate debt issued by companies and securitized as tradable assets. A bond is referred to as a fixed income instrument since bonds traditionally pay a fixed interest rate to debt holders. Variable or floating interest rates are also now quite common. Bond prices are inversely correlated with interest rates. When rates go up, bond prices fall and vice versa. Bonds have maturity dates at which point the principal amount must be paid back in full or risk default. Moving on. So, how do bonds work? Bonds are a type of security sold by governments and corporations as a way of raising money from investors. From the seller's perspective, selling bonds is therefore a way of borrowing money. And from the buyer's perspective, buying bonds is a form of investment because it entitles the purchaser to guaranteed repayment of principals as well as a stream of interest payments. Also, some types of bonds also offer other benefits such as the ability to convert the bond into shares in the issuing company's stock. The next topic, which is issuers of bonds. So there are four primary categories of bond issuers in the market. However, you may also see foreign bonds issued by corporations and governments on some platforms apart from. So starting with corporate bonds. So these bonds are issued by companies and companies issue bonds rather than seek bank loans for debt financing in many cases because bond markets offer more favorable terms and lower interest rates. The second type is municipal bonds, which are issued by states and municipalities. So some municipal bonds offer tax-free coupon income for investors also. So the third type is government or sovereign bonds, such as those issued by the US Treasury. So bonds issued by the Treasury with a year or less to maturity are called bills, and bonds issued with 1 to 10 years to maturity are called notes, and bonds issued with more than 10 years to maturity are called bonds. The entire category of bonds issued by a government treasury is often collectively referred to as treasuries, and government bonds issued by national governments may be referred to as sovereign bonds. And the last type is agency bonds. So, agency bonds are those issued by government affiliated organizations. Moving on to the next topic, which is variety of the different varieties of bonds. So the bonds are available for investors and come in many different varieties. They can be separated by the rate or type of interest or coupon payment being recalled by the issuer or may have other attributes. So the first variety of bond is called the zero coupon bond. Zero coupon bonds do not pay coupon payments and instead are issued at a discount to their par value that will generate a return once the bondholder is paid the full face value when the bond matures. The second variety is convertible bonds. Convertible bonds are debt instruments with an embedded option that allows bondholders to convert their debt into stock or equity at some point, depending on certain conditions like the share price. For example, imagine a company that needs to borrow $1 million to fund a new project. They could borrow by issuing bonds with a 12% coupon that matures in 10 years. However, if they knew that there was some investors willing to buy bonds with an 8% coupon that allowed them to convert the bond into stock. If the stock's price maybe rose above a certain value, they might prefer to issue those instead. The third variety is called callable bonds. Callable bonds also have an embedded option, but it is different than what is called in a convertible bond. A callable bond is one that can be called back by the company before it matures. Assume that a company has borrowed $1 million by issuing bonds with a 10% coupon that matures in 10 years. If interest rates decline in year 5 and the company could borrow for 8%, they will call or buy the bonds back from the bondholders for the principal amount and reissue new bonds at a lower coupon rate. So a callable bond is often riskier for the bond buyer because the bond is more likely to be called when it is rising in value. So when interest rates are falling, bond prices rise. Because of this, callable bonds are not as valuable as bonds that are not callable with the same maturity, credit rating, and coupon rate. Next is the puttable bond. A puttable bond allows the bondholders to put or sell the bond back to the company because it has matured. This is valuable for investors who are worried that a bond may fall in value or if they think interest rates will rise and they want to get the principal back before the bond falls in value. The last variety of bonds is pricing bonds. So the market prices bonds based on their particular characteristics. A bond's price changes on a daily basis, just like that of any other publicly traded security, where just like, for example, the forces of supply and demand in any given moment determine that observed price. Coming to the next topic, which is the advantages and disadvantages of bonds. So, starting off with the advantages of bonds. So, bonds have a clear advantage over other securities. The volatility of bonds, especially short and medium dated bonds, is lower than that of equity. Thus, bonds are generally viewed as safer investments than stocks. In addition, bonds do suffer from less day to day volatility than stocks, and the interest payments of bonds are sometimes higher than the general level of dividend payment. Coming to the next point, which is bonds are often liquid. It is often fairly easy for an institution to sell a large quantity of bonds without affecting the price much, which may be more difficult for equity. In effect, bonds are attractive because of the comparative certainty of a fixed interest payment twice a year and a fixed lump sum at maturity. The last point is that bondholders also enjoy a measure of legal protection. Under the law of most countries, if a company goes bankrupt, its bondholders will often receive some money back, whereas the company's equity stock often ends up valueless. Coming to the disadvantages of bonds, so bonds are subject to risks such as the interest rate risk, prepayment risk, credit risk, reinvestment risk, and liquidity. So with that, we come to the end of our today's presentation. Thank you.